Hey guys, I just wanted to show you what I'm up to today. So ever since I got this car and I put the new coilovers on and the new brakes, I would hear a click whenever the car would shift its weight. So going parked, reverse, you'd hear a click, and then going from reverse to a forward position, you'd hear it again, and then going from a stop. And then going forward, anytime the car's weight shifts, I would hear a very audible clicking sound, and it usually only happens once and it's gone. So right then and there, I don't think it's my axle. I did just tug on it every which way, and it's very, very tight. So what I'm on to next is I took these aftermarket Hawk pads, ceramic pads, and the problem is that these pins are too small, or sorry, the hole is too large for the factory pins, in my opinion. So every time you're driving, this brake pad is moving against the pin and making a very loud, audible click. Now, I think it is it's a combination of this and the fact that the pistons in here were not greased, and that was my bad. I threw them in there real fast for my inspection. So I just took these out and I greased the crap out of them. I greased the backing plate too, the shim. And so everything's greased. I'm gonna make sure everything's torqued. A very common thing too is that the axle nut comes loose. I retorqued this and I pounded the little indent in there and it hasn't moved. So I'm going to try and retorque this again. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's around 170, but just don't take my word for it. Check it out. It's all over the net. It's a common thing that this comes loose. So I'm going to try to retorque that. Some guys have problems with the rotor. The spacing in the lug is too large. So every time you do what I just said too, this clicks against the studs. I don't think that's my problem because I just tried to move my rotor. It will not move. And those are pretty, pretty tight from what I could research and gather, but the sound did sound like it was coming straight from the caliper, and it's a very common thing. Rear clicking sounds in the rear of an STI is, if you Google it, it's a very common thing, and it's a list of 10 different things. But as soon as I changed my brakes and the new coilover is when it started making that noise. So I'm pretty sure this is it. I will I'll get this all wrapped up and then I'll let you guys know. All right, homies, I'm gonna do the test here. Cross your fingers, because I just want this damn noise to disappear. If it's not this, I don't know what it could be. Sway bar links, CV joint, which is kind of rare, especially for a stock car. Before I would start rolling, and you'd hear a really loud click. So let's see. So I'm gonna go forward, and I'm gonna coast kind of back, and then go back, and we'll see if it makes that sound. Oh, it did. Did you guys hear that? This side's making it now. So that side was so loud it was probably drowning out this side. I don't think I can hear it on that side anymore. Oh, nope, there it is. I have no idea what the hell that sound is. Feels like something's binding. Still making it. No idea what it is. Alright, I just went on a short drive and it definitely is quieter now. Here's my synopsis. I think that since they are aftermarket pads and rotors, they're not fitting like factory. And if you look this up, whatever year STI you have and rear brake pad click or brake pad click, it's a thing. It's really a thing, and it happens when you buy aftermarket versus OEM Brembos. So needless to say, I will be purchasing Brembo pads for the next go around. I'm gonna use and abuse these if the track is open this year. That was the plan. Noisy or not, I don't really care about noise as long as they do the job. But putting grease on the backing plate and the shim, and in between the shim and the brake pad, definitely quieted it down. It was very, very pronounced, and now it's very light. But I don't think it'll ever go away because the shim is a different spacing. According to online, people have actually measured it, and this happens because the shim is a different thickness than the Brembo, and also the holes the pins go to are much larger than the Brembo. So there is clearance, not issues, but there is more clearance than factory. So things are going to move around no matter what you do. So me putting grease on the back made this one louder for sure, and I think I can hear the fronts too, because the fronts came from the same brand, right? So this one's quieter, which was the loudest, but now I think I'm hearing all the other three, so I'm gonna have to do the rest at a later date. But it is way quieter, so that's what it was. Had to take everything apart, take the pads out, grease everything, make sure everything was torqued, because the axle nut is a common thing to come loose and you'll hear almost an identical sound. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and think about subscribing. All right, peace everybody.